Okay, you guys, so I have some unfortunate news. Mariah Carey lost her sister Alison and her mom Patricia this weekend on the same day. So Mariah Carey told TMZ, "My heart is broken that I've lost my mother this past weekend. Sadly, in a tragic turn of events, my sister lost her life on the same day." And then she added, "I feel blessed that I was able to spend this last week with my mom before she passed." And that's very good to hear because Mariah Carey didn't have the best relationship with her mom or her sister, especially her sister. They really didn't see eye to eye for most of their life, and she thought it was best that they love each other from a distance. Now, she also claimed that her mom was very jealous of her success and that she dealt with jealousy from her mom even during her childhood. The issues with Mariah and her sister and mom go very deep, but this is very unfortunate. At the end of the day, this was still her family, and I know she loved them, so I know she's very hurt. So y'all, please keep her in your prayers. Now, she didn't disclose what it was that took the life of her mom and her sister.
Black and part Venezuelan. It was an uphill battle. What year was that?
1960.
Oh, boy. Were you ostracized by your own family? What happened with your own family?
Well, when I told my mother that I was going to marry a black man, she was very upset. She had the priest call me. And then I got married because I was in love with him, and I just felt it was the right thing to do.
And did the family disown you afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Basically, what, like, you still disowned, or
no,
were you able
my
to make
mother
peace
died.
about it? Yes.
My mother died. But for years and years, she never even told her brothers and sister, that I was married. I would go home to her house for, an occasion, generally a funeral.
But you could not bring Mariah's father
home.
No.
And
that was clear to you that you could not.
Absolutely.
Before I was born.
And I abided by her wishes. I didn't talk. I just avoided it. I didn't tell anyone I was married. No one asked me.
But in the neighborhood where you lived with your black husband, people knew you were married. So how were you treated then? Did you move into a black neighborhood, white neighborhood, mixed neighborhood?
Initially, we moved into a white neighborhood, and I was the person who purchased the house because we knew that if he came with me, we wouldn't get the house. There wasn't anything overt that happened in that house. But then I thought, I looked around the neighborhood and I said, what a way to raise two children. There are no black people here. Let's find a mixed neighborhood.
And you did?
Impossible.
It was impossible.
We went to a mixed neighborhood. And then what happened was the black children didn't like my children because one of them looked whiter than the other. And the white children didn't like the other child who looked a little darker. And they didn't like us because we were living as a black and white couple, and that just wasn't done.
A very huge tragedy has struck at the singing icon that is Mariah Carey as she mourns the untimely death of her mother and sister. Though no details have been released in this moment in time, but the global popstar, a superstar, Mariah has said that they had both died on the same day over the weekend. The All I Want for Christmas Is You superstar broke the news to her fans on Monday, stating that both her mother Patricia and sister Alison had sadly passed away on the same fateful weekend, and just days after Mariah thanked people for their support, calling the last few days an impossible time. A distraught, a 55-year-old Mariah conveyed her deep loss in a conversation with People magazine, and in her own words, she said, "My heart is broken that I've lost my mother this past weekend. Sadly, in a tragic turn of events, my sister lost her life on the same day." Reflecting back on the recent days before their passing, Mariah cherished the precious moments she had, saying, that I feel really blessed that I was able to spend the last week with my mom before she passed. In a somber and emotional mood, she continued and said that amid her heartbreak and grief, she extended gratitude towards her well-wishers and requested space to process what has happened. Mariah told her fans, "I appreciate everyone's love and support and respect for my privacy during this impossible time. The details of Patricia and Alison's death have been kept confidential and very secretive because, of course, the family needs privacy, and with the causes remaining undisclosed, and they're saying that Patricia was very much renowned in her own right as a skilled opera singer and a vocal coach. She and Alfred Roy Carey were the parents to Alison, Mariah, and Morgan, and we all know Mariah Carey continued her career in music after divorcing Alfred Roy Carey in 1973, going on to raise a family while her daughter Alison has endured significant struggles, including homelessness, and she has been distant from her sister Mariah for so many years. But of course, in this moment in time, all we are doing is to continue praying for the superstar Mariah in this moment in time, because it's really very impossible to think, of losing two very, very close people on your heart on the same day. It's really very heartbreaking, very devastating, and all we should do is to continue praying for them, continue praying for the family, the friends, and everyone who was really close to those two souls. Rest in power, the two souls, and of course we'll be coming out to give you more details as it's still a developing story. Bye bye for now.